The moment keeps replaying in my mind. Monday afternoon. Sitting at my desk, trying and failing to focus on a quarterly report due the next day. My phone buzzed with a message from Amy, who worked at the same marketing firm as my girlfriend, Sandra. "Hey Matt, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I thought you should see this," the message said. Attached was a screenshot from Sandra's close friend's story on Instagram. There she was, sitting on a hotel bed with a champagne glass in hand, smiling, a guy I didn't recognize draping his arm around her shoulders. The caption stung even more than the image. "Let me heal in peace. Sometimes you have to escape to find yourself again." Heal from what? We hadn't had any arguments, no rough patches. The night before she left for what she said was a work retreat. We had dinner together, watched a movie, laughed. She kissed me goodbye Friday morning and said she would miss me. She mentioned the workshop was vital for her career. I sat there just staring at that picture. The timestamp showed it had been posted 2 hours earlier. I zoomed in, catching every detail. 2 champagne glasses, the unmade bed, her bright, happy expression. Not a trace of the migraine she had texted me about when I tried to FaceTime her the night before. I called Amy. "Thanks for sending this," I said, keeping my voice neutral. "Has she posted anything else?" "Not that I've seen," she answered. "Matt, I'm really sorry. I wasn't sure whether to say anything. You did the right thing. How long have you suspected something?" Amy hesitated. "This is the first real proof. But there've been rumors. She's been seen having long lunches with Drew from Creative." "And that's him in the picture?" I asked, feeling a tightness in my chest. "Yeah," she said. "Not everyone knows, but enough have noticed. Honestly, it's pretty messed up how she's handled it." I thanked her again and hung up. After that, I did something I didn't expect. I went back to working on the report. I finished it too, operating with a strange, distant focus, like I was watching myself from the outside. It's funny how betrayal sharpens everything. Suddenly all the odd things from the past few months made sense. The networking events that ran late, the weekends she caught up on work. Her phone always face down now and locked when it used to be left open on the coffee table. Sandra wasn't supposed to come home until Tuesday evening. That gave me 30 hours to think. At first I considered confronting her immediately, calling, texting, making a scene. But something stopped me. Maybe it was pride. Maybe I wanted to see if she'd lie straight to my face. Or maybe I needed time to think clearly without her tears and excuses clouding my judgment. So I waited. I went to the store and bought new printer ink, printed the screenshot on our best photo paper, the expensive kind she had insisted on for printing her portfolio samples. The photo came out sharp and detailed, almost artistic in its awful honesty. I placed it right in the center of our kitchen counter, where she couldn't possibly miss it. Then I cleaned the apartment, did some laundry, packed a small bag. Just the essentials, enough to leave quickly without tipping her off. Tuesday evening. I heard her key in the lock at exactly 6:47 p.m. I was sitting on the couch, pretending to scroll through emails. "Hey babe. I'm home," she called out cheerily. I stood as she came through the door, suitcase in tow, setting her purse on the entryway table. She looked tired but happy. The perfect picture of someone returning from an intense professional workshop. "How was it?" I asked, forcing a smile that felt alien on my face. "Exhausting but amazing," she said, stepping into my arms. "We had some great brainstorming sessions. I have so much to tell you." "I bet," I thought as I hugged her back, breathing in her familiar perfume mixed with the unfamiliar scent of hotel shampoo. For one painful second I almost gave in, almost pretended everything was fine just to keep that illusion a little longer. "I missed you," she said, pulling back to kiss me. "I missed you too," I answered truthfully. I missed the version of her I thought was real. "I'm starving," she said. "Want to order from that Thai place?" "Menu's on the counter," I said, watching her walk toward the kitchen. I counted the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I heard it, her sharp intake of breath. She had found the photo. I picked up my bag and walked toward the door. "Matt," she gasped, panicked, holding the paper in trembling hands. How did you?" "Amy sent it," I said simply, turning to look at her. Her face was drained of color. "I guess I wasn't special enough to make your close friends list," I added. "This isn't what it looks like." "I can explain," she blurted out. "I'm sure you can," I said, cutting her off. "But I'm not interested right now." Where are you going? She cried, voice cracking. I need space to think, I said, stepping outside. Matt, please. It's not what it looks like. Maybe on another day, her desperation might have gotten to me. But not now. Isn't that what they all say? I replied, closing the door behind me. Enjoy healing in peace, Sandra. I walked calmly to my car, ignoring her protests, and drove to my brother's place across town. The next few days passed in a strange blur. I took Wednesday off to clear my head, but by Thursday I was back at work, quietly finalizing my report, piecing together a new life without her. The quarterly report sat forgotten as my phone kept collecting texts and voicemails from Sandra, messages I hadn't had the heart to read or listen to. My brother, sensing I needed space, didn't push. He simply kept cold beers ready each evening, offering quiet company without pressing me to talk. It was Thursday night when he finally asked, "So what's your plan?" I looked up from my laptop, blinking at him. For Sandra? The apartment? My stuff? Life? I hadn't thought it through yet. I don't know, I admitted. Part of me just wants to disappear. Start over somewhere new. He nodded thoughtfully. You could. But you've built a life here. Friends, a career. An actual home. True, I murmured. He hesitated before adding, "You know she called me, right?" That caught me off guard. When? Yesterday. And again this morning. Crying both times. Asking where you were, if you were okay. Said she made a huge mistake. What did you say? I told her you're an adult. If you wanted to talk, you would. I gave him a small, grateful nod. For what it's worth, he said. She sounded really broken up. Doesn't excuse anything, though. I shut my laptop and leaned back, feeling the heaviness of it all. I couldn't stop thinking about that caption she posted, "Let me heal in peace," like she was the one who had been wronged. What exactly is she healing from? I muttered. A perfectly normal dinner the night before she disappeared? My brother shrugged. People tell themselves whatever story helps them live with their choices. Later that night, I finally opened my phone. 28 unread messages from Sandra. 13 voicemails. I scrolled through the texts without replying. Matt, please come home so we can talk. It's not what it looked like. I made a terrible mistake. Drew means nothing. Please let me explain. I love you. Only you. The desperation was almost clinical to observe. Denial, admission, pleading. The final message sent early that morning read, "I'll be at your office at 5. Please just talk to me." I hadn't gone. Instead, I messaged Amy, a coworker. She confirmed Sandra had called out sick for 2 days straight. Apparently, several people at the office had seen the Instagram story before it was deleted, and the rumors were flying. Drew had already been reassigned to another team. He's telling everyone it was innocent, Amy texted. Says you're just being dramatic. Of course he was. Friday evening found me back at my brother's place, packing up the few things I'd brought with me. I decided to get a hotel for the weekend while figuring out something longer term. As I zipped my duffel closed, my phone buzzed. A message from Tom, my neighbor. "Hey man, Sandra's been sitting outside your door for a couple hours. Everything okay?" I closed my eyes briefly, exhaling. She had finally found me. "Thanks, Tom. I'll handle it," I replied. "Want me to tell her to leave?" He offered. "No, it's fine. I'm on my way." The drive home felt like a rehearsal for a conversation I wasn't sure I even wanted to have. When I stepped off the elevator, there she was, sitting on the floor by our door, arms around her knees, face blotchy from crying. She scrambled up when she saw me. "Matt," she breathed like my name was some sacred thing. I stopped a few feet away, keys in hand. "How long have you been here?" "A while," she said quietly. "I went to your office, but they said you worked from home. I tried your brother's place, but he wouldn't tell me anything. I needed to see you." I nodded, moving past her to unlock the door. Pushed it open. "Come inside." No sense doing this in the hallway. The apartment felt strange, emptier. I noticed several things missing from the walls and shelves. "I've been staying with my sister," she said, following my gaze. "Took a few things." "Okay," I said. I set my keys down. "Talk." She drew a shaky breath. "I'm so sorry. What I did. It's inexcusable." "Which part?" I asked. "The cheating, the lying, or just the getting caught?" She winced. All of it. I've been lost, doubting everything. But it wasn't about you. That's where you're wrong, I said. Every decision you made was against us. You're right, she said, her voice breaking. I was selfish and stupid. Drew was just validation. It meant nothing. It meant enough for you to lie, to plan, to deceive. Tears slipped down her face. I know, and there's no excuse. But Matt, people make mistakes. We can work through this. Is that what you're telling yourself? That it was just a mistake? Like burning dinner? She shook her head. No. I know it was more than that. Exactly, I said, exhausted. Mistakes are accidents, Sandra. You made choice after choice, day after day. She sank onto the couch. Tell me what to do. I'll do anything. Please. I leaned against the wall. That's the thing. I don't know if forgiveness is what I want anymore. She looked at me confused. What do you mean? I mean, even if I could get past the betrayal, I can't unsee that caption. Let me heal in peace. You made yourself the victim. That kind of delusion scares me more than anything. She sat there silent. I didn't think of it like that, she whispered. Clearly. Matt, please, she said. 3 years together has to mean something. I love you. We can fix this. I studied her. The woman I had been planning to propose to. The ring still hidden in my sock drawer. Here's what's going to happen, I said finally. I'm getting a hotel this weekend. You can stay here until Monday to get whatever you need. After that, I want your key. I'll deal with the landlord. Her face crumpled. So that's it? You're just giving up. Would you stay if it were the other way around? I asked. She didn't answer. She didn't have to. And you might want to polish your resume, I added. Apparently the partners aren't thrilled with the way things played out. Drew's been reassigned. Office gossip travels fast. Her eyes widened. Did you tell them? I didn't need to, I said. Your close friends list handled it for you. I grabbed a few essentials and headed for the bedroom. When I turned back, she was still sitting there, defeated. Was any of it real? I asked, my voice low. All of it, she whispered. That's what makes this so awful. I ruined everything for nothing. At least she understood that much. I packed the last of my things and moved toward the door. She stood up, reaching for my arm. Will you at least think about it? About us? She asked desperately. This doesn't have to be the end. I gently pulled away. It already is, Sandra. I wasn't angry anymore. Just done. I closed the door behind me, and for the first time in days I felt lighter. The crushing weight of betrayal being replaced with something stronger. Self-respect. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do isn't to lash out, but to simply leave someone to live with the mess they made. By Monday, I'd have my apartment back. By next month, my brother promised, the hurt would start to fade. And someday, maybe that ring tucked away in my sock drawer would find the right hand. Someone who understood that healing isn't something you hide behind or twist into a weapon. It's something you do bravely, openly, and without betrayal.